Hello and welcome to the Universe and to a brand new video. Now a couple of days ago we had a short and sweet Comic-Con panel by Maze Fury, game designers responsible for the gorgeous looking virtual reality game called Edge of Time. This time they're back with more content for VR and a brand new game called Edge of Reality. So in this video I thought it'd be fun to break down the news, look at the trailer, crack a code and work out where this fits into the Time Lord Victorious patchwork. So let's get a shift on. First things first, but not necessarily in that order, is the second of the trilogy, a sequel coming to consoles and PC, and this time you don't need a chunky VR headset to feel immersed in adventures in space and time, and you don't even need to know anything or everything about the show. According to the panel, these games leave the TARDIS doors open for fans new and old, so all you need is a console, a controller and a copy of the game. Now Doctor Who: The Edge of Reality reimagines and builds upon last year's VR experience, while also giving us a new and compelling first-person adventure in its own right. It's got brand new gameplay, new monsters and new worlds to explore, which all sound great, but what's the plot? Well, this new story has you recruited by the 13th Doctor to save the universe once again. This time you must uncover a universe-spanning threat as you seek to save reality from a series of time-breaking glitches. Along the way you'll come face to face with classic Doctor Who monsters including the Daleks and the Weeping Angels. We've seen the Cybermen will be a threat, with the Ice Warriors showing their scaly faces in concept art too. And we have a mystery to solve. What is the Chaos Verse, and what cunning plan does it have in store for our favourite Time Lord and us as the players? Now we already know that we will get to wield the 13th Doctor's sonic screwdriver on a quest to save the universe, as we are guided by the 13th Doctor, voiced by the real deal Jodie Whittaker. And then in a shock twist we also get to play alongside an iconic Doctor, who doesn't seem keen to hang up his brown trench coat and sneakers, as David Tennant brings the 10th Doctor to this timey-wimey table. This isn't the first time we've seen the 10th and 13th Doctors team up recently, for sure, and I think it's a great dynamic full of excitement and energy and that will captivate us as we sonic doors and battle Daleks. I'm so glad we have not only games on the big consoles like PlayStation and Xbox, but the fact that we have these iconic characters we've always wanted to see on our gaming monitors coming to life. It's set to be an iconic ride for sure. So Doctor Who video games aren't everywhere for a reason. More often than not, the budget doesn't meet the passion of the developers working behind the scenes, or there's more copyright claims and contracts than imaginable that prevent it all coming together. Now from what we've seen so far, I have every faith in this game, and I've got my fingers heavily crossed that it will be a top quality experience to play through. Now moving forward, we've got a trailer for this game too, which shows off the stunning scenery that's been crafted for this first-person adventure. The attention to detail on stuff like the TARDIS console looks amazing. I never had a chance to play the VR game, but I can't imagine how it feels to have that fantasy of the bigger on the inside moment of walking through those iconic police box doors realised. Now we know the 13th Doctor has her TARDIS in the game, but what about the 10th Doctor's TARDIS interior? Well, we're just going to have to wait and see. Now as we speed through stars, spooky streets and space stations with Jodie Whittaker's narration sowing the seeds of the story, we reach a selection of character models close up that show off the attention to detail on monsters like the Daleks, Cybermen and Weeping Angels. It's weird, but I feel like the Daleks are brilliantly modelled, but on the other hand, the Cybermen and the Weeping Angels just look slightly off. Maybe it's the texture they've used or the way the models were constructed, but during this glimpse they don't feel 100% to me. I can't put my finger on it, but they just look slightly underdone. However, I have to say they are still iconic and unmistakably the villains we love to hate. As the trailer draws to a close, we get a silhouette of a familiar character and an iconic voice as the 10th Doctor calls back to the minisode Night of the Doctor. Blimey, I miss minisodes. With the line, "I'm the Doctor, but probably not the one you were expecting." It's a fun callback, and the fact that Ten has his own character model suggests that there is a lot more than a cameo appearance happening here. But what does this mean for the multimedia Time Lord Victorious event? Well, that's a whole different game with a whole lot of secrets, with the Time Lord Victorious content set to feature in the Edge of Time VR game as an expansion of sorts, but what exactly and when, we don't know. However, it does appear the new update will feature characters, situation and plot elements introduced in the multimedia epic. Could we be looking at a virtual reality visit to the Dark Times perhaps, or maybe appearances by the likes of the brilliant Brian the Ood and the Cthulhu? I'm sure time will tell, it always does. Now back to reality, or the edge of reality, as before the trailer popped up we had a code to crack. A website appeared with this code. Confusing, right? Well, a bunch of clever people on Twitter worked it out rapidly, insane, with some variation on a Caesar cipher. The code reads as follows. If you're reading these words, it means there's hope, and we need that right now. Because he's coming, we thought he was a myth, but myths don't wipe out worlds and snuff out stars. Some call him death because he's relentless and inescapable, and final. We could not stop him, couldn't even scratch him. If you're reading this, it means you're our last hope. Who is he, And what is the Chaos Verse? Part of me thinks it could be the 10th Doctor given his recent actions in the Time Lord Victorious event against Death. However, I would love to see a brand new monster, a menacing villain so powerful. Whoever wrote the message was frightened to their core, and the player is the only one who can save the universe this time. We know the games will be available on Nintendo Switch, PC, Xbox and PlayStation, and will hit consoles in spring 2021. So that's as much info as I can find out about these games right now. For more updates, make sure to subscribe to this channel, and if you want to check out another video game announcement featuring the Weeping Angels and Osgood, then click on the link in the description or the end card for a video all about that. If you enjoyed the video here, be sure to hit that like button, share your opinions in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.